Thank you for this beautiful rendition of Autumn. Perfect synchronicity. I could see the leaves, and the wind of change is blowing the leaves and blowing everything away. And this is where we are right now. Let's now turn to our scripture reading. The scripture reading is taken from the English Standard Version of the Bible, the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verses 13 through 16. You are the salt of the earth, but if salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltiness be restored? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled under people's feet. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand, and gives it light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. And thus concludes the scripture reading, Matthew chapter 5, verses 13 through 16. What is salt? Salt is a mineral. Our bodies need salt to maintain good fluid balance. Salt also enhances the flavor of the food that we eat. It can make things that taste good taste even better. But metaphysically, salt represents our thoughts that lead us to an understanding of love. So just as our bodies need salt, so does our consciousness. Before we incarnate, we decide on a blueprint for our life. We choose the environment that we're going to live in. We choose our ancestral lineage, our family, the types of experiences that we're going to have in life. And those experiences will lead us to maybe stagnation, regression, or a beautiful transformation. We come with our personality, and then as we go through life, we develop further aspects of our personality, and some call those sub-personalities. And then our actions, our decisions, our thoughts, all those things create new experiences and our future path. We do a lot of cooking in life, physically and metaphysically. So with the spices that we use, or the thoughts that we choose, we create various experiences. According to a study of Stanford University, we have about 60,000 thoughts a day. So that tells me that we do a lot of cooking. We cook all the time. We create all the time with our thoughts. We have different types of thoughts. We have constructive thoughts. So those are loving thoughts, thoughts of compassion, healing, thoughts of high vibration. But then we have thoughts that can be counterproductive. And sometimes we even dwell on those thoughts based on our past conditioning. So the salt, as referred to in our scripture, can be pure. It's full of love and full of light. But it can also have lost its flavor or be contaminated. And the flavorless or contaminated salt really doesn't enhance our lives. However, the thoughts of love and kindness and compassion and altruism, they make our light shine brighter. They raise our vibrations, and they uplift us and uplift others. But again, salt can be contaminated, lose its flavor-enhancing abilities, so those thoughts are not uplifting. They are unkind to others and actually to ourselves as well. They lower energies and vibrations. They lower our consciousness. What can we do with this type of salt? Well, according to Jesus, it's simple. It's good for nothing. Get rid of it. Some of us have a lot of spices and even various types of salts in our kitchen cabinets, and we find it hard to get rid of old spices. We keep them forever until they're all dried out, until they have lost their color, their taste. And it's like our thoughts. We should get rid of old thoughts that are flavorless, that don't serve us. And then we should only keep uplifting thoughts and shine light onto the world. You might say, well, I don't really choose my thoughts. They come to me. Perhaps some do. But we have a wonderful gift. The gift of free will. The choice is ours. So when our thought enters our consciousness and we realize that we don't really like it, it's up to us to decide what we're going to do with it. We can hold on to it, or we can let go of it. It's our choice. We can place another thought in its place. But before we can do that, we kind of have to catch ourselves. And to catch ourselves, what do we need? We have to be aware of our thoughts. We must slow down our thoughts and be aware, and that is mindfulness. Mindfulness is to be aware of what we do and what we think at all times. Mindfulness meditation, slow down so that we can observe, catch ourselves, and then change those thoughts if that's what we want. One of my favorite dishes is ratatouille, and I'll say it with a French accent because that's my mother tongue. Yeah, you might recall the Ratatouille movie. It's a 2007 Disney Pixar movie. And if you've seen it, or if you haven't seen it, there's a rat that dreams of becoming a chef. So you may also know that ratatouille is actually a dish from southern France. It has onions, peppers, zucchini, eggplants, a bit of tomato, garlic, and herbs. I like to make it with fresh vegetable, fresh herbs, and then it comes out perfectly. And then all the flavors blend together to make a delicious gift, a delicious dish that you can gift. So if I make it with vegetables that are kind of past their prime, old and dried out and have little energy in them, the dish is just okay, but not that good. It has little nourishment left. So it's the same with our lives and with our consciousness. When we choose uplifting thoughts for ourselves and for others, we create a beautiful life for ourselves and for others. Our light shines bright, and so bright that it cannot remain unexposed. We shine our light onto the world. our aura and our vibrations expand all over the earth plane. And then it permeates everything and everyone. We nourish the world with our light and our vibrations. But then when we pick up old spices and old vegetables and we choose a low vibration thoughts, well, the life that we cook for ourselves and then for others, of course, lower vibrations and do not nourish anyone. So what kind of thoughts do you think the rat in Ratatouille in the movie had? If you haven't seen it, he becomes a chef. He had his thought and he thought he could do it, and he did it. Sometimes we realize that we are not on the right path, or we are unhappy. But it's hard to make a change our thoughts, or even change the people that we hang out with, because they lower our vibrations. We might want to change, but it's really hard. When a large organization wants to implement big changes, they bring change agents, and then people specialized in communicating and implementing those changes. So you have buy-in and try to get everybody on board. And you could say, well, I'm not a large organization. I don't have any change agents. Think again. You have your higher self, and then you have your guides in the physical world, but also in the spirit's world. Your higher self and your guides are your change agents. They handle the communication. They whisper to your thought process, and then they show you signs that will lead you to understand that you need to make a change. And then that changing your thoughts will help you in the long run. Would you consider perhaps that one of your change agents, your change agent guides, told me to come here and deliver this message? Your guides and your teacher can guide you towards those situations that will make you understand that the changes are needed, and then they will help you walk through them so that your light may shine brighter and then illuminate the town below. You could also ask them to flag it to you when you have a thought that doesn't help you. And then listen and observe the signs. Sometimes it's loud and clear, but sometimes it's very subtle. It could be a sensation, mere discomfort. Think of all the missed opportunities you may have had, or you could have had, or not have, if you had changed your thought pattern. All right, let's imagine this. You always wanted to do something with children. You wanted to help them. Let's just pick mentoring. But, you thought, well, I don't have time. I don't have the energy. I don't know how to do it. Kids won't like me. So you do nothing. Those thoughts held you back. But then one day, you have a burst of energy. Maybe your guide said, hey, you can do this. And then you decide that you're going to do it. Because after all, you are smarter than the 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kids that you're going to mentor. You have something to offer. You can move things around your schedule, and then you start volunteering. An hour here, an hour there. And during that time, you really show those kids that you care. You make them realize that they are worthwhile, that someone cares about them. And then, by that simple act, you will have changed their thoughts, their future path. It could really be applied to anything. It could be a business venture or a learning program that your thoughts are telling you, well, I can't do it, it's too expensive, I'm not smart enough. You might have decided to not undertake it, but then if you had, your life, your light, and the light of others could have been altered for the better. So it's never too late to start. Life is a process of transformation. We are always in the kitchen cooking something. We are co-creators to this beautiful universe. And then just like the ingredients and the spices that we use for cooking, that can make a beautiful dish, a wonderful dish, or a very plain dish, our thoughts and action can create beautiful lives that will affect those around us. And then those around us will see your good works. It is up to us to choose the thoughts that will create a beautiful light. And then let our light shine and heal the world around us, bringing the world into a higher vibration. So always be mindful of your thoughts. And next time you find yourself struggling with your thoughts and you don't know how to change them, ask your team of guides and teachers to flag it to you. And ask them to help change your thoughts. And then listen and create a beautiful vibrational dish that can nourish and illuminate the world. Many blessings. Sit comfortably with your back straight against a pew, feet flat on the floor, and if you can, palms up in a receiving position. Close your eyes and acknowledge that for the next few minutes, you will spend time with your innermost self. You will connect with that peace within. Now take a few deep breaths. Settle down your mind. One more deep breath. Now visualize yourself walking into a meadow. It is a beautiful meadow. It is sunny, full of light. Pick a spot in that meadow and sit down. Could be a bench or on the floor if you prefer, on the ground, to connect with the energies of the earth. Ask your guide now to show you an aspect of your personality that is not serving you, or a thought that is not serving you. Something about yourself that you would want to change. See it as energy. It has some light, some vibration. It's round. See it in front of you. Observe it. Remember how it makes you feel. And as you realize that it's really not something you want to keep, offer it to the light that is within that meadow. Allow it to go. Give it to the light. You can thank it and say goodbye. It is disappearing, getting smaller and smaller until it is gone. Feel yourself being lighter.